everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and today we are back for another brand new video. As you can tell by that deliciously clickbaity title, we are almost at the January transfer window, so it's all about where do we improve the squad. So I thought, you know what, let's give Twitter an opportunity, fire up there, ask them a question again, make a little video for you guys. This is more of a discussion type video that I'm actually going to address later on in a podcast later on in the week. So I'm really interested to know what you guys are thinking in terms of where are Rangers the weakest. That is the whole question. I'm going to read out Twitters, I'm going to give my opinions, but again I want yours, and just give me some reasons, like what players or anything that's maybe weak, where would you improve, maybe even who you would bring in, because we're going to be making a podcast later on in the week. We're going to be reading directly from those comments, and yeah, it should be a fun interactive little weekend for our channel. Bang! So where are Rangers the weakest? Now a lot of people was kind of tweeting and saying it was the board and everything like that. Completely understandable, hilarious, funny, but on the field, let's focus there. January transfer window gives an opportunity to bring players in. Now we don't have a manager. It's already been reported that Murray will not have a say in the manager. It's going to be our director of football who's going to be bringing these players in. So let's push all that off the field stuff and let's just focus on what happens across that white line. Now I've broken into the four categories, like I said, and I've fired up on Twitter, so they've voted in, and 367 of them has voted in, which is absolutely tremendous. Thank you very much. Love to see you guys on YouTube firing in that amount as well, because it only helps the channel out, and again, gets your voice out there, and that's what basically matters. That's what the channel is for, is to get your opinions, to get how we're feeling and stuff like that out there into the old interwebs. Right, let's start off. I'm going to give my opinion first, then we're going to jump over and read out some of the guys from Twitter. Now, where are Rangers the weakest? You've got goalkeeper, defence, midfield and attack, like I did mention. Goalkeeper, I think we're solid, if I'm being honest with you. I think that's actually one of our better areas, surprisingly. I know a lot of people's turned on Fods after his performance against St Johnstone, yet 3 days earlier at the Hibs game, everyone was loving him, calling him he's the next Shagger. So that's just mentalness, man. My personal opinion. We've got a natural out-and-out number one goalkeeper in Foningham. We've got a very, very, very good backup goalkeeper in Anik, who a lot of people was wanting to be the number one goalkeeper. And then the Motherwell game happened, then they were like, never play him again. So it's a hard one being a football player these days, especially with social media. And then you've got like Liam Kelly as well, who's actually a young goalkeeper at Rangers as well. He's been there a long time through the youth system, just waiting on his opportunity. So that is a potential there. I think that's one of our areas we're actually stacked. I think the two number ones, basically what I've got at the club, is fantastic. So I don't see that being a problem for us in our weakest area. Defence I can understand, but you think about it, we're kind of down to bare bones just now, yet we're still kind of surviving. The weakness in the defence, if you want, has allowed the emergence of Danny Wilson this season, and also the emergence of Ross McCrory. So I think again there we're solid, because we've got Tav, we've got Bruno, we've got Cardozo, we've got Danny Wilson, we've got Ross McCrory who can play there, we've got DJ who's there, we have Lee, Wallace, and then Hodgson. Maybe another right back and left back, actually, just a backup. So that one's there as well. I'm sure Twitter's going to have a strong opinion on the defence. Midfield, we seem to have 100 midfield players, but none of them's ever really fit. You're looking at a sort of injury list now. We are missing Dorrance, we are missing Jordan Rossiter. We've got some like Kenny Passengers, like Nico Crancher at the club still. So that could be an area that we could add one or two in. But me personally, and where I'm kind of leading this conversation, is the strike force. The strike force needs to be improved. I think that is by far our weakest area. If we have a good attack, that's going to take a lot of the pressure off this defence. That we've got this young defence like the McCrorys and stuff like that, where we are struggling when people's coming after us. We get a good attack, that is what we need at the club, and I think that's going to bounce us right up at the league. Look at St Johnstone. How empty and limp did that strike force look? It was embarrassing. Let's look at it. So we've got Joshua Windass, who's very, very hot and cold. He's like a junkie spoon. But I think he actually deserves a lot of credit. Obviously, he's a centre attacking mid, and we put him out left. Now he's playing striker. I think he's doing his best, though, and there is going to be games where he wins it like he did against Hibs, but there's other games like the St Johnstone game where he's going to frustrate and annoy the crowd. But let's look at Morelos as well now. Morelos is a natural goal scorer. We've not had one of them in a very, very long time at the club, since Chris Boyd was here. First spell, not the sixth spell. Morelos is starting to drift out wide though. A couple of times I know I threw it up on Twitter and I've already kind of said this in one of my rants, is he was out wide crossing the ball into the one player we had up front, who was Josh Windass, no one else. And I just think that is a natural problem, because Windass is never getting to these areas. You couldn't be further away for the headers. I think we've got Big Sexy sitting there, we've got Ryan Hardy sitting there doing absolutely nothing. Herrera, I genuinely believe, is only here to translate for Penna on the Rangers YouTube channel. That's the only reason he seems to be used. You ever seen any of the Christmas stuff? Penna's talking, doing the goal of the month, which was a tap-in, so I didn't understand how it's goal of the month, but we'll not get to that. And Herrera's just, like, obviously translating. I'm just like, is that why we got you? Because it's certainly not for these 30 seconds appearances you're making every week. Give him a natural, like a natural full game to play. Look at his quality that came on with St Johnstone, flicked it through to Taff, who should have scored, who took 8 days to do it. You've got Ryan Hardy there, who will run his absolute heart out. But look, we missed out on Louis Moult. He's obviously moving down to Preston, but there is genuine quality there. I have got a list of 5 names I'm actually looking at. Jamie, obviously, the rumour's gone about just now. We will talk about eventually. I'm going to have 5 strikers we should look at, 5 defence, 5 mids, but that is for another time. For just now, I think that is our weakest spot. We're not scoring enough goals, we're not creating enough chances, and we're certainly not putting them away. How many perfect crosses does Tavernier need to put in for us to start scoring? That is obviously going to be my area that we are weakest. Now, what is yours? Get it down below. Like I say, we're going to be reading them out and reacting live on a podcast later on this week. Twitterverse, before we read out your guys, let's get to the wee sponsor break, because I'm quite thirsty. It's been a long day. I apologise for it being so late, lads. It's just been it's manic today. 3, 2, 1, sponsor break. And we are back in the room. So, 367 votes. Once again, Twitter, absolutely amazing. I'd love to see that. 367 likes on YouTube if you're watching just now. Come on. They're calling you out. Okay, they are. So, I went goalie, defence, midfield and attack. Obviously, goalie got 5%. Attack got... Wow. Attack only got 22%. Midfield got 28%. But by far, this has surprised me. Defence is 46%. 46%. Wow, that is a crazy high number. I did not expect it to go that way. Fair play though, that's why I love doing this. I love to see what you guys are thinking. That's why I want the channel to be. So let's read out some of you guys' comments. Matty Taylor says, defence is still pretty poor. Need to get tightened up before we do anything else. Fair play. Del at Delboy1872. Both ends of the park. We really don't score enough goals to win games. That's exactly what I'm thinking, mate. RFC reviews at Novo Nation _1. Love it, mate. I'd say we're fine on a good day, but I'd say the attack, since our final third crossings are not worth even trying. Yeah, that is it. Our final, like, we're good at sort of getting the ball up, and it's like, what do we do now? I don't know. Let's just cross into nowhere, or let's just run out wide for no reason. Stevie Brown chips in, defence, mate, not confident in any game. We're not going to lose 1 or more goals, but would like a good striker also. Dylan Shark says, I say attack, we need another goal scorer. I know we have Herrera, Morelos, but we need another constant goal scorer. Hoping for Moult, but that ain't happening anymore, sadly. Ian McDougall, wouldn't say we are weak in defence. That's like my point. We have been down to our 6th choice centre back at times. We've just not got a settled defence. Forward line is weak, lacks goals and lack cover. Love that comment, Ian. Well done, mate. I'm going to actually retweet that live. Scott Young says, lack of depth up front has really cost us, because when Morelos was off form, there was no one else with real quality there to replace him. Same with Miller. I didn't even mention Miller. I think he's injured now, though. Windass has came in, done a good job, but lacked depth, and Herrera hasn't shown anything. David Toner chips in with defence 100%. Ross Watson says, not a left back anyway. Narek says, in the boardroom. Fair play. Darius Ross, boardroom. A lot of boardroom stuff. Gentleman Jim Crow says keeper and defence, but had to choose defence as you can only pick one. I just read like 5, 6 comments, tweets out there, and I've never even realised my camera had crashed, so that's great. So that's a pain in the arse. But overall, I think most of the feelings was about the defences were far too weak there, and we look sloppy, especially from defending corners. That has been their opinion, that has been mine. What is yours? Get involved and we will read them out live later on in the week. I've been CJ Novo92. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.